Fisk unit. Fisk unit. Fisk unit. Fisk unit. Fisk unit. What's good, everybody? Welcome to the Giants Outsiders, episode 18. Okay, the Peyton Manning episode, baby. That's what this is. Can you think of another important number 18, Pizzle?
I guess not.
I can't even. This is the Peyton Manning episode, the big 1-8. In case you haven't heard, in case you don't know, in case you've been under a rock, the man talking is the hardest voice of sports, the muscle of the Giants community, Fist Vegas. And he's joined by his partner in crime, the sharpest sports bettor on the planet, the 60-minute man, Kyle Pizzle. What's up, baby?
What up, Fist?
Not much, man.
You feeling better this week?
Yeah. We positive vibes on. We back. We back this week. Positive vibes on. You know what I'm saying?
Positive shit to talk about.
I mean, look, Daniel Jones is our quarterback, so we always got something. For the time being, he's our quarterback, so we got something positive to talk about. You know, that's why in the title, Pizzle, I put Daniel Jones versus the world, because that's what the second half of the season is going to be, Pizzle. It's going to be number 8 versus the world. And I'm ready to watch it. I'm ready to watch it unfold.
And you know, and we're gonna get into Mckinney. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna break that shit down like nobody else can break it. But here's the thing, you know, as long as we got number 8, as long as he playing, we got a shot.
Exactly.
I mean, that's the biggest thing. That's one thing they all need to realize, and ain't nobody talking about that. As long as we got number 8, we got a shot.
And that's what I said in my video. All the defense got to do is get us to the fourth quarter. Get Daniel Jones to the fourth quarter and let that man do what he do.
Mm-hmm.
So even without Xavier McKinney out there, as long as the defense can go out there, not get blown off the field, and give Daniel Jones a chance to win it in the fourth quarter, we're going to be all right.
Let's talk about McKinney, though, because that's the big topic this week.
You go first.
It's like we always got something to talk about every Wednesday night in it. And it's like we set this up the perfect time to we let the geeks go ahead and say what they got to say, let them be the prelims, and now it's time for the main event.
Facts.
Now it's time for the real shit. We're going to talk about McKinney. We're going to talk, and there's a lot of elements to this shit too. A lot of elements.
Agreed.
A lot of layers to this. Tons. We're going to talk about OBJ too, because I know that name's starting to heat up. That's heating up too, Fisk.
Why y'all? I thought it's positive vibes only. I don't want to get
no. We're gonna talk because I got some conspiracy shit going on with the Beckham thing and the Cowboys. We're gonna talk about it.
Well, I'll let you talk about it, because if I talk about it, I'm gonna end up ripping Joe Shane and everybody gonna get mad at me. So I'm gonna let you speak.
Has he signed with anybody yet, Fisk?
No.
Okay, then you don't need to rip anybody just yet. Let's talk about McKinney first. Okay.
Before you do that, shout out to Latin 08. He says we 6-2. Nup said. That's a fact. Yeah, 7-2. He says we about to be 7-2. Nup said.
That's a fact. And congratulations to him on being able to do his numbers correctly.
Yeah, because we ain't losing to the Texans. So yeah, shout out to him. So go ahead, Pizzle. Unleash on Xavier.
Well, let's talk about McKinney. So obviously he goes down to Cabo on his bye week. Gets him a little ATV. Gets in a little accident. Breaks a few fingers. Right? And he's gonna be out. He's gonna be out for at least a month. Which, you know, I'm just gonna be straight with you, Fizz. I don't think we even really need him this game against the Texans. I think it's a problem when we play the Lions and the Cowboys. Because you know how good that Lions offense is. I mean, they good.
Yeah, that's what I was saying last week.
I mean, they good. And, you know, the Cowboys, they got our number. That's something we got to fix. And we need all of our dudes. I mean, we need everybody for the game. We need Evan Neal. We need Bellinger. We need all them cats out there. We need the whole squad. All right. So Mckinney gets hurt. Now, first and foremost, let me say this: that this is because I've seen some of them geeks talking about this is the equivalent of the boat trip, and this ain't even the same shit. Not even the same shit.
He
And
ain't
then
even that good.
I seen some people talk about this is like Plaxico again. It ain't the same shit.
He ain't that good either.
Stop it.
I love McKinney, but let's not put him in the
Hold
same
on. But first of
conversation
all,
as Burris and
the
Beckham.
OBJ the problem with the OBJ thing was it was right before a playoff game. That's the problem. That's the reason why it's not the same level as McKinney, because McKinney, like, first and foremost, let's understand that this being an NFL player is a job. It's just a job. I mean, it's now it's a high profile job, but it's still just a job. That's what he does for work. That's how he pays his bills. Okay, let's understand that. Now, obviously, it's high profile, but all of our fandoms, it's our own little issue, right? I mean, it's like the Bronx Tale. They told the kid, he's like, why you care about the Yankees? They don't care about you. You know what I'm talking about, right? Right?
Yeah, I know what
You know what I'm talking about. So at the end of the day, like, your fandom is all about is what it's what it is to you. Okay, the Giants don't care if you're a fan of them or not.
They damn sure don't. That's why I rip them.
Let's just be honest. They don't give a damn. And some of the players probably think if some of the players stumbled upon some of these dudes that are making videos on YouTube about the Giants, they'd call them what they are, geeks. Let's just be straight. Let's just be straight. And they might even call me a geek. I mean, let's just be real, okay? Let's understand that. So he goes to Cabo on his week off, not his day off, his week off. He's 23. He's young. Maybe there's some chicks out there he's trying to impress. Fist. I don't know, man. He's doing some stupid ass shit, and he gets hurt. And then all these geeks out here want to talk about, oh, he's got to do this. He's got to do. No, he don't. No, he don't. Now, I will definitely say that we need him, and it sucks, but accidents fucking happen. Like, shit happens, Fist. You know what I'm saying? Like, the other day, you put on Twitter the other day, you had that snake just hanging in the bushes. You didn't put that snake there.
Freaking Pizzle talk about some Fisk. It's only a racer snake.
It was only a black racer, Fisk. And damn thing
was trying to kill me, bro.
It won't hurt. It won't kill you, Fisk.
That snake was out for blood. It was a demon, I tell you.
You might be walking in the woods one day and a snake bites you in the ass. Fisk.
No correction. Fisk Vegas don't walk through woods. If it ain't concrete, satellite to telephone poles, I'm not going over there. Well, I don't do Mother Nature. I don't do safaris, jungles.
The point being is shit happens. Accidents happen. Okay. It doesn't mean that he was doing a wheelie or anything. Now, maybe he was. And if he was, then guess what? At the end of the day, if this mixes up his contract or messes up his contract or messes up his future with that's on him, right? I mean, that's why when the reporter's sitting there asking him 15 damn times what the hell happened, he's like, it's a sightseeing tour, because he doesn't owe an explanation. He's on his day off. He's enjoying himself. It's in the middle of the season. I understand there's an off season and stuff like that. But here's the thing. You got geeks galore that hold these dudes at a high standard, a super high standard. Because if they don't perform, then they got some geek who's got some tidy whities on breaking film down on Twitter about the geek. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, dude, you stress the fuck out. I need to go to Cabo. I need to relax. Okay? I need to relax. Now, here's the thing. Let's be honest here, Fist. Like, we all gentlemen, right? So sometimes we might go to the gentleman's club, right?
Yeah. It's what we do.
Now, look, if you go to the gentleman's club on a Sunday night after a game, that's okay. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But would I want my Giants players to be in the gentleman's club every damn night? No. Okay, let's not forget, we root for the New York Giants, and the greatest player to ever play for the New York Giants was Lawrence Taylor, and he wild.
Yeah.
I mean, he the wildest of the wild.
Got to do what works for you.
So let's don't sit here. And so the fact is LT cheated death probably many times. Xavier McKinney got caught, it fucked up one time. You know, it happens. It happens. So I don't think he obviously he didn't mean to do it. Obviously he's upset about it. He don't know an explanation of what the hell happened. He don't have to come out and tell anybody about, oh yeah, I was doing a wheelie on one wheel and I was hanging out the damn thing sideways. Like, he don't know that. He fucked up. He messed up. He clearly feels bad. Next man up. Period. So I mean, look, I don't. Again, if he could he have done that in the off season, sure, maybe that'd have been a better time. But again, Fisk, it's in the middle of the season. You get a week off. Come on, man. Like, you got to go kill some stress, right?
Was Jordan Rannon the weirdo who was asking the questions? I think it was Jordan Rannon who
I think he was one of the ones for sure. They didn't have video. You could just hear their voices. I think he was one of them, but like, it was just, to me, weird. Like, I get asking him one time and saying, "Hey man, you want to talk about what happened? Like, what happened?" And he said sightseeing tour, and like, I get it. Like, it is a little fishy for him to say that, but he doesn't owe a play-by-play explanation. He doesn't. He doesn't owe that. He fucked up. He feels embarrassed. He feels bad about it. Everybody's talking about it. Like, just move on. Like, this is the problem. I talk about this all the damn time, Fizz, on Twitter, about how New York sports fans fuck up their teams. They always do. They fuck up the Mets. They fuck up the Yankees. They do, because every day it's like, okay, take. I'll give you a prime example. Take the Mets, for example, this year. The Mets are rolling. The Mets look great. The Mets are going crazy. And guess what the fuck happens? They bring out the damn trumpets, and all of a sudden they're doing the stupid trumpet dance. And then then there's this weird pressure going on, and then it's like, you've already won something. You ain't won shit. Why are you out here dancing with the trumpets? And then Yankee don't even get me started on Yankee fans. I mean, I know you won, Fisk, but it's like they hold. I just don't understand, Fisk, why people can't say, "Hey, he's okay. He'll be okay. He messed up. I'm sure at some point he's going to be out there with a club on. He's clearly embarrassed. Why you got to drag him in the mud too? Why you got to kick him that horse?"
Here's the thing, Pizzle, and y'all hit that like button, please. Run that like up. Keep sending those super chats in, and we're gonna get to these super chats after I give my take on McKinney. Haven't forgotten about y'all, and run them likes up. We got 105 people in here. We need 105 likes. Pizzle, here's the deal, baby. You got to understand the psyche of these Giants fans. You got to understand the psyche of them. And I've learned over the past week, because last week, Joe Shane deserved to be ripped, and I tore his ass in half. And what I've learned is...
He didn't.
Yes, the hell he did. So what I've learned is Giants fans are pro coach and management. They can't stand their own players. Let me go down the rabbit hole. Every good Giants player we have, these fans turn their back on the first chance they get. They ripped JPP. They ripped Odell Beckham Jr. They ripped Jack Rabbit for calling somebody a retard on Twitter. They ripped Eli Apple. They ripped Landon Collins on his way out the door. Now they're ripping Xavier McKinney. They don't forget, before the season started, Daniel Jones was the worst quarterback on earth. They couldn't stand Daniel Jones. Last year, when Saquon Barkley was out there doing nothing, they wanted to get rid of him and trade him. Giants fans show no loyalty to their players. They worship their front office and their coaches. They do that, but when it comes to their players, there's no loyalty. So I don't even get mad when I see them rip them Xavier McKinneys and stuff like that, because they're not loyal. Giants fans are not loyal. They never have been. They never will be. So I don't even care about Xavier McKinney getting ripped. You got idiots in the fan base talking about, oh, we got to take the C off his chest. He needs to be punished and all this other crap, right? And then when players don't want to be Giants and the culture gets messed up, they complain about the culture. You know why they're not going to punish Mckinney? You know why nobody in that front office or coaching staff has the balls to say anything to McKinney? Because they're paying him in about 2 years. They're going to pay him.
Yeah, and actually he probably this whole incident might have cost him some money.
They ain't cost him no money.
Man,
Money?
They ain't gonna forget this.
Please. You know what Xavier McKinney's gonna say, Pizzle? Tag me then. Tag me then, please. Only mediocre players can get contracts.
Well, first of all, I'm sure in his contract currently, Fist, there are some incentives, like you get so many tackles, you get so many interceptions. So, like, I mean, from an incentive,
he probably cost himself some money because he's not going to meet bonuses because he's out on the field.
Yeah, sure.
But the Giants don't got the balls to hold it against him. He's too good of a player. You think it's Saquon? If this happened to Saquon, they wouldn't do nothing to Saquon.
Here's the thing, too. Like, what would Giant fans like? What would you want him to do during the bye week?
Jamil, he's not as good as Plexico and Odell Beckham. No, Xavier McKinney is a solid starting safety. He's not Pro Bowl All-Pro player like Odell and Plexico. Those two completely different levels of good.
He's playing at a very high level this year. I feel like I don't know.
He is, but they're trying to compare him to Odell and Plexico, and they're not even in the same ballpark.
First of all, the Plexico thing. Here's the thing about even if you compare it to the Plexico thing. Plaxico went into the club with the fucking gun. Okay, that's dumb. You went to Cabo on vacation. Like that's not the same damn thing. Like an ATV and a fucking gun ain't the same thing. Like why this is what bothers me. It's like they don't have these people don't have common, like it's just common sense. Like is an ATV and a gun the same thing? Yeah, can they both hurt you? Sure, but like it ain't the same thing. It's just not. Like, what would you want him to do, Fisk? In the like, obviously, Danny's the quarterback, so maybe he needs to stay in and watch some tape and learn some shit. But like, as a safety, like, how much shit do you need to really watch?
But Pizzle, you gotta understand, you're not getting it. There's nothing. If the Giants saw him at Chuck E. Cheese, they'd have been pissed. Giants fans don't. Giants fans are stupid.
You want him
to
be
the same fans that rip Kadarius Toney for doing rap albums on his spare time. The Giants fans, they just expect these players to be robots and live in the gym and drink protein shakes all day.
And apparently stay at their house with bubble wrap around each other.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like these Giants fans look for reasons to rip these players. That's all they do. And that's all they do.
Imagine if they had to watch like Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman in the middle of the season would go to fucking Vegas and just hang out there for days.
Pizzle, they couldn't handle Odell. Giants fans couldn't handle Odell, which is another reason why I'm trying to understand why people think he's coming back. Besides Joe Shane being cheap and wanting to rebuild and not giving a damn about winning.
We're going to talk about that.
We'll get to the Odell later. But the point I'm trying to make is Giants fans can't handle personalities. They was ripping Kayvon before we drafted him. Oh, this guy Kayvon, he's got an attitude. He's arrogant. He's flashy. That's what they were saying before we drafted him.
I know, man. I'm just saying, like, if I was Xavier McKinney, I would have probably done the same damn thing. I'd have went to Cabo. If I'm 23, I'm a safety in the National Football League. I play a high stress job because you geeks hold me to a crazy ass standard. I've been hitting dudes I've been hitting dudes for 3 months when you add in training camp. I get a week off. Coach said I can chill for a little while. I'm going to Cabo where it's nice, sunny. Girls are fucking cute. Oh, I can rent an ATV.
No, stop there. See, stop. Here's the thing, Pizzle. I agree with you on general principle as far as the criticisms he's getting. But make no mistake about it, he shouldn't have been on a damn ATV. The Cowboys banned Tony Romo for playing pickup basketball games.
It depends on how he was acting with ATV.
I don't want him on nothing.
Hold on, listen. You've seen dudes on a motorcycle acting a fool, and then you've seen dudes that are just riding a motorcycle chilling. Now, if he was acting silly with the ATV, then that's one thing. If he was just cruising and then an accident happened, that's another thing.
So let's be real here. Okay, look, let's be real here. I'm defending McKinney because I don't think it's that big of a deal because accidents happen. Sure. But he was probably having fun on the
He was
ATV.
probably wilding.
He was wilding on the ATV. Let's call a spade a spade.
I agree
Because
with
if
that.
your hand broke, that means you fell hard enough. You was doing some shit to fall hard enough for your hand to break. So let's just call a spade a spade. He's probably doing too much. I just don't think it's a big deal. Like Giants fans treating Xavier McKinney like this is like Palomalu or Brian Dawkins or something like chill. You know what I'm saying?
I don't even think he's out for the year either. Like I know some have hinted that. I think he'll be out a month, maybe 6 weeks.
I say 2 months. He'll be back before the playoffs. I say 2 months.
Yeah,
he broke
which
his
is
hand.
gonna be fine. Now,
How
obviously,
many games did Dak miss? Didn't Dak miss 2 months?
Yeah,
Close
but
to 2
what
months?
was Dak had like a broken thumb, didn't he?
Or better yet, how many games did Russell Wilson miss his last year in Seattle with his broken hand? Close to 2 months, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I just don't think it's the end of the world. I mean, like, bro, he's a freaking safety, like, and he might not even be the most important safety.
Yeah.
I mean, Julian Love is the one who plays over the top all game. So I mean,
I just feel like it's one of them things where, like, clearly when you look at the dude's face when he's answering questions, he feels bad. He feels embarrassed. There's no need to ask him the same question over and over and over. It's embarrassing to me that, and then you're going to get to the point where this is the thing. Like another argument that I'm making that when time does come to renegotiate your contract or whatever, it's like, do I really want to be in New York where they're going to hold me to this weird?
Oh, now you sound like me. Oh,
well, I'm just saying,
like episode 17, Fist Vegas. Okay,
I'm just saying, man. Do you really want to sign with a place that's going to hold you to this weird high standard where they're going to be in your ass if you make a mistake, a life mistake? I mean, shit. Like, what if he?
Why do you think stars never go to the Knicks? They never go to the Knicks.
Man, well,
and nobody wants to pay New York taxes and deal with New York traffic. I'm sorry, no. New York is a very acquired taste, to say the least. But
like shit happens. Like they could, if you could walk, they could walk out of their house, walking down steps from their house and roll their ankle backs. Like shit happens.
Pretty much.
Shit happens. Like it doesn't mean that he's being, I don't know, man. Like maybe that's really all I got to say about it, Fist. Like, I mean, I feel bad for him. I think he's had a great year. I hope he gets a speedy recovery. I hope he comes back. But we've got guys, that have played pretty well at that position. And I still think the Giants defense will be fine. Now, I think it's going to be tricky when they play the Lions. I think it's going to be tricky when they play the Cowboys.
I love how you come around to my side that we're going to lose to the Lions next week.
I'm not saying we're going to lose. I just feel like I feel like these next couple games, Fisk, even this Texans game, I think there's going to be I think we're going to see a lot of points being scored.
By who?
I think the Giants are going to be scoring a lot of points.
How?
Just hold on. I think they're going to be scoring a lot of points, and I think the defense is going to be giving up a lot of points.
I hope you're right.
I hope a lot of points. Like the over under in this Texans Giants game is like 40. So obviously we ain't talking about 50, 60 points here.
The Giants, look, I told y'all last week, we not beating no team that you think can score more than 21 points. If you think that team could get to 24, bet against the Giants. If you don't think they can get 20 on the Giants, bet on the Giants. Any team. And I'm going to say this again, so I want y'all to hear me perfectly clear. If you even remotely think that team can score 20 on the Giants, we're going to lose. The only games we are going to win are games that teams can't get to 20. The key to beating the Giants is to get to 20. Once you get to 20, the Giants are up Schitt's Creek without a paddle. Simple as that. There's no other analysis you need on the Giants. Can Team B get to 20 points? If Team B can get to 20, take Team B and live with the results. The Giants getting to 20 points is like pulling teeth. It just is. So, but let's get to these super chats. They've been waiting long enough. Shout out to Jackson. Remember, never mind. Okay. I'm good now. Shout out to Jackson. What's up, Pizzle? Fisk. Good to see Fisk is back. the devil took over him last week. Yeah, I was acting light skinned last week. My bad,
Jack? What up,
fellas.
Jax?
My bad, Jackson. I was ranting last week. I was upset, but I'm done mourning though. I had to mourn the season. Now that I'm done mourning the season, I'm back to normal. I had to grieve. I was grieving last week, but I'm good now. I see y'all mad at me. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the analytics went down. Y'all hate when I'm venting. Y'all hate when I'm ranting. Analytics go down when Big Fist got to tell the truth. But don't worry. I'm back to normal. Okay, positive vibes only. All right. I'm not gonna take it personal that everybody else could be negative but me. I've accepted the fact that I'm held to a higher standard. So going forward, when that loser GM does something to piss me off, I won't talk about it. I just won't talk about it because he's y'all Lord and Savior. Y'all worship Joe Shane like he came from the sky. So whenever that loser GM of ours, whenever he makes a move, I'm just not gonna cover it.
Can I say this about Joe Shane?
What?
I don't hold him to that high standard yet. I still feel like he needs to prove it a little bit because some of the draft picks he had, anybody to me could have made those picks. So I agree with you that some are holding him to this really high standard. I think some of that was a lot of those people probably hated Dave Gettleman. But to me, I feel like Joe Shane's still in a prove it stage to me.
Nah, don't say that, Pizza. They're gonna attack you, bro. You can't go out to Joe, bro. They're gonna attack you.
No, I'm not going after him. I'm just saying he still needs to prove it to me.
Nah, but you didn't say something. You didn't slurp him though. You said something.
I'm not ready to slurp him just yet.
You offered up constructive criticism against Joe Shane, bro. Like they're gonna hate you for that. Like God forbid you like give a critique of Joe Shane and say he actually has to do something before he earns this carte blanche to just trade receivers and cut people after resigning them and all this other dumb shit he do. But shout out to Mark Stewart. What's up, Outsiders? 7-2. 19 got to step up. I mean, look, Galladay says he's saying all the right things, man.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Fist. And I'm an anti Kenny G guy. I'm anti. I feel like that dude's about to go off.
I hope so. I'm putting that.
I don't know why, but I got a weird feeling in my stomach, and I might just have gas, Fist. You know how like you got gas sometimes, like
I feel you.
Like fuck, man, what's that feeling?
Old man shit.
Yeah, you got old man shit. Yeah, maybe I just got gas, but I feel like that feeling I got in my stomach's Kenny G about to go off.
Nah, that's on Danny. That's on Danny. That's not even up to Kenny. That's up to Danny. Danny needs to go out there and make a damn receiver. Danny spreads the ball too much. Danny do dumb shit. So how about Daniel Jones go out there and force feed his good players the ball? I'm sick and tired of Daniel Jones spreading the ball and trying to make good reads and all this other stupid robotic shit that he do. Maybe Daniel Jones should just say Kenny Galladay is 6'5" and he's on some 5'10" corners over there. I'm gonna throw him the ball.
We're just gonna throw it up. All right, we're gonna find out. Look, I'll be honest. Daniel did not have a good game against the Seahawks.
No, because my problem with Danny, and this has been my beef with Danny for 4 years now. Force somebody the ball. Just forcing the ball. I mean, he did a good job at forcing the ball to Tony when Tony was in there. But outside of Tony, he don't throw the ball. Like, just throwing the ball, Danny. Our receivers are garbage. They are filth. They will not get separation. Stop waiting for them to get separation. Throw them the damn ball. If you throw an interception, so what? If Joe Shane doesn't want to bring you back because of turnovers, go to the 49ers or the Bucks and live happily ever after. We need Daniel Jones to stop playing scared and make plays. This super conservative, I don't want to turn the ball over. You're not Aaron Rodgers. You don't get to do that. Go out there, Danny, and let it rip. That's the only way we're gonna win. We're not gonna win with you playing conservative with these sorry receivers. In order to win with sorry receivers, you're gonna have to take chances. Period.
First of all, listen. First of all, Wandale ain't sorry. Darius Slayton ain't sorry.
He ain't done, bro. Really? All our receivers are trash.
I told you last week. It's all about 17, 19, and 86.
Yeah, whatever.
You need to go ahead and accept that.
Oh no, I've accepted it. I'm trying to speak it into existence. That's why I did that video yesterday. But Shout out to Isaiah Gordon. We're not covering the touchdown. Isaiah, relax. Don't do that. You better bet the Texans. Quit playing with your money. Better get that point in the head. You better buy that hook. Get the Texans at +7 and count your money. The Giants don't have the offense to beat anybody by more than 7. Pizzle. You a sharp.
I mean,
man.
I don't even remember the last time the Giants have been favored by this many points.
Yeah, like we don't have
You really don't want to make a bet on something that's doing something that they ain't done in a while.
We don't have the offense or the defense to win by 7. In order for us to win by 7, we need to put up a good 24 points, and our defense need to hold them to like 17 or something like that. Like, stop. Giants are gonna beat the Texans like 21 to like 17 or something like that.
I could
Or
see like
16.
I could see like a 20-10 game.
Yeah, no.
I'm just saying I could see it.
We got to get the. Can we get the 20 on the Texans? I say the Giants will probably win 16-13. That's gonna be my prediction. I say no, 17-13. I think the Giants will win 17-13. I think that's. I'm leaning 17-13.
Okay.
Honestly,
that's not a bad score.
I think both teams run the ball all game, get the game over with quick. I think it's going to be a smooth little 2.5 hour game. I think the Giants run the ball all game. I think the Texans run the ball all game because the Giants can't stop the run. So I think I just think both teams run the ball all game and kick a bunch of field goals.
I think maybe 20-10. That's what I think.
How we getting to 20? Pizzle, you keep saying 20.
Darius Slayton.
Anyway, shout out to Jackson. Jackson says predictions on Galladay's stat line for Sunday.
I can't give you that, Jack. I just feel like he's gonna go. I feel like the next few games he's gonna go off. Here's the thing. First of all, Galladay ain't even got a touchdown with the Giants yet.
Facts.
So I think that's coming though. So hey, you know what? That might be a sneaky bet, Fizz.
Oh, Galladay to score a touchdown.
Galladay anytime score.
That might be a sneaky bet.
That might be a sneaky bet right there.
That really might be a sneaky
I don't know
bet.
what his odds are on that, but that might be sneaky.
I mean, because realistically speaking, if Galladay's playing, then Daniel Jones throws an end zone fade to Slayton like once a game. So instead of that being Slayton, that'll be Galladay. So he'll probably throw that end zone fade to Galladay. So I mean, he might get the touchdown.
I think it's possible.
We'll see how that goes. So he might get the touchdown. I just think that it all depends on Daniel Jones. If Daniel Jones stopped being so damn conservative and let it rip, then
listen, I do think this, that with them coming out of the bye, the Giants offense has been pretty creative this year with play calling and different types of plays. I feel like this was a good break for the offense, Kafka and the offensive coordinator, and I think you're going to see some more unique plays, which is going to be a little more creativeness to the offense, even more, because obviously they're probably looking at what their strengths and weaknesses are. And I think that's why I think this offense is going to be looking better the next few weeks. They're definitely going to look good against the Lions defense. Let's be honest. That's going to happen.
I hope it happens.
It has. If they don't,
Aaron Rodgers didn't look good against them.
Yeah, but Aaron Rodgers hates his team and hates his receivers. I mean, if we can't score 20 against that Lions defense, then I'll believe everything you're saying, Fizz.
Pizzle. It's going to be a struggle to get to 20 on the Lions, bro.
If we better. That's all I got to say.
It's going to be a struggle.
We better get at least 20 against. If we don't get 20 against the Texans, then I won't say shit. But if we don't get 20 against the Lions, that next Wednesday, I'm gonna be pissed.
Here's the problem. You gotta say our quarterback is Daniel Jones. Okay. Daniel Jones is not a risk taker. He's not a Matthew Stafford. He's not that. Daniel Jones is a very cerebral, I'm not gonna fuck it up kind of
by the book kind of guy.
Yeah, he's a very by the book robotic player. Not a lot of off script, not a lot of risk taking. He's not Tyrod Taylor. Okay. Notice how when Tyrod came in, Tyrod was just letting it go, throwing bombs down the field and shit like that. Danny ain't gonna do that.
Danny's that dude at work that just shows up every day. He's doing everything by the dress code.
Yes.
He won't cheat on anything.
Very
You're always like, man, have some fun.
That's why I thought getting a Jerry Jeudy would have been worth a second-round pick because he needs a receiver that's going to get separation.
Well, maybe
Daniel Jones doesn't want to throw to a receiver who can't separate. That's the problem.
That actually is a good point. Like, there are some quarterbacks that will just say, fuck it.
Yeah, that's why Golladay was good. Because Stafford just threw him the fucking ball.
And Danny does, I will say from watching, because I've seen a lot of it with the all 22s, where Danny wants to make sure all the X's and O's are good.
Everything got to be perfect.
All the T's have been crossed and all the I's have been dotted, and then it's time to throw. I will say that.
That's why,
it's almost like there's not anticipation of being separation. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
anticipating the separation before it actually separates.
Danny, because here's the thing. Danny has just accepted the fact that his receivers is trash and not going to separate. So he doesn't even take the chances. And a lot of that was Joe Judge, because when Daniel Jones came into the league as a rookie, he threw the ball. He didn't have this problem. But Joe Judge and Jason Garrett kind of,
my boy Afghanistan down there just reminded me. He did throw him the ball at the Monday night game, and Kenny was dropping it. Remember that week he came out talking shit when he's like, I don't know why I'm not playing. Then he goes out there and he's dropping the damn ball.
Yeah, I mean, Kenny Golladay got to catch him.
Kenny got to step up. Look, everybody got to step up on that offense. What happened in Seattle was unacceptable.
But the thing is, at some point, Danny's gonna have to realize that his receivers, they're not getting open. You still got to throw on the ball. You just got to give him a chance.
Like he would probably be really good with like a Tyreek Hill.
Of course, anybody's gonna be good with Tyreek Hill.
I don't know why the fuck I said that.
Danny, the most ideal receiver for Danny was a Jerry Jeudy, a route technician. That would have been perfect for him. And it just irks me that people say Jeudy wasn't worth a second-round pick. No number one receiver gets traded. Amari Cooper was the two to Crabtree. Stephon Diggs was the two to Adam Thielen.
Man, don't be bringing negative fist back. Don't be bringing devil fist back out from last week.
Yeah, you're right. Are you right? Let me put him back away. Shout out to Steven Rader. You two are my favorite duo on YouTube, holding it down for real Giants fans. We try, man. We try, Steven.
Right.
Stephon. My bad. It's Stephon. It's not Steven. It's Stephon.
Stephon.
My bad, Stephon. Stephon. Yeah, you sound like man proper and shit. Shout out to Stephon. Speaking of,
is that all the super chats?
Yes, we caught over the super chats.
And of course, they can always send us another one.
Yeah, feel free.
I wanted to move on to the OBJ situation.
Oh my gosh. I thought you said I'm gonna let you talk on OBJ because I have nothing positive to say about the situation. So I'm gonna
you got a lot to say about it.
I said I have nothing positive to say about it. So I'm gonna let you speak on OBJ. Huh?
Okay, let's talk. Let me talk about it. Okay,
because I know
give them some. Are you concerned? Are you concerned that he's going to end up with the Cowboys?
I don't give a damn. I just know he's not going to the Giants.
You don't know that yet.
Joe Shane's so cheap he squeaks.
Okay. First of all, I don't think the Cowboys thing is even really all that real, Fist. And I'm going to tell you why, because I think a lot of that is Jerry Jones knows how to play the game. That's Jerry Jones just dangling the little carrot out there for all them stupid ass Cowboy fans, rabbits to take is all it is. He's just feeding them a little bullshit, and it ain't gonna happen. It ain't. Well, let's just be honest. And here's another thing too. I think OBJ is flirting with the Cowboys a little bit just to mess with us. Hey, don't make me have to sign with the Cowboys. You want it.
That's what
I want it.
Do. He gonna say, sorry, Odell, but I can't afford you. I'm building for 2025.
Man, I don't know, man. I feel like if Brian Dable, because Brian Dable said something about it at like one of his little press conference things, and it seemed like he was interested in the way he was talking.
I think
Joe Shane. I don't think Joe Shane wants to put all his cards out there, Fisk.
I think they're interested. No, I think it's fake news. I think it's a distraction. Joe Shane Didn't want to get smoke for leaving Daniel Jones out to dry at the trade deadline. So he dangled that OBJ carrot in everybody's face.
But
That's all he did.
let me
It's
ask
called distraction. It's called deflection.
you.
This is not real. OBJ coming to the Giants. It's not real.
Okay, but let me ask you this: what can OBJ? What can he actually do this season? Next season,
he's gonna ball when he comes
you
back.
think? I mean, you really think coming off an ACL?
Yes.
You think he's gonna come out and ball? I know maybe next year I think he can ball, but like you for sure this year.
He's a route tech. It doesn't matter. Odell's one of the 5 best route runners in the league. He gets open regardless. Odell isn't relying on speed and athleticism. Odell is a route technician. He's going to get on the field and ball.
I'm not saying he won't. I'm just asking you to get your vibe on it.
Ball. He's going to be a demon. He goes to Dallas. He's their number 1 receiver because it ain't CeeDee Lamb. 10 weeks into the season, he ain't had a 100-yard game yet.
Man, I don't see it to Dallas. If anything, I see him going. I could see that the Bills thing. I could see that happening.
I don't think they got the cat. Here's the thing. You gotta understand, you gotta look at this from Odell's perspective. He's either going to the Giants or he's going to the Cowboys. There's only 2 options.
Here's one thing I thought was interesting. He said this on like a podcast or something, that he wants a multi-year contract. He don't want
why he's going to Dallas. He's not coming to the Giants. That's what I'm trying to tell people.
Wait a minute, stop. So you think Dallas wants to give him a multi-year
contract? I think Dallas will give him the multi-year contract.
Okay, so going back to the Bills, like I don't think the Bills would want to do that.
I'll put it to you this way, Pizzle. Here's what I'm gonna say. All things being equal, if Odell could only get the same deal from everybody, like all right, if Odell could only get the minimum, right? Because that's all Joe Shane and his broke ass gonna give him. If Joe Shane and his penny pension fucking searching underneath the sofa seats for change ass motherfucker that he is, if all Joe Shane had to do was give him the minimum, then he'd be a Giant. The problem is somebody's going to offer him a bigger contract. If everybody can give him the same lowball, pathetic, petty, cheap scumbag deal that Joe Shane's going to offer him, he will come to the Giants. But because Odell doesn't have to settle for that cheap shit that Joe Shane's going to throw out there, he's going to go somewhere else. If you put Odell on a lie detector test, he wants to be a Giant.
I think he does too.
He wants to be a damn Giant. And all this coming to the facility, all this negotiating with Dallas, this is Odell Beckham's way of trying to get Joe Shane to budge off his number. But if our GM has shown you anything, is his cheap ass is not budging off of his number. So I can't see.
What? I don't even know if I want this to happen, but I kind of want it to happen just so that you have to eat crow. First of all, you still kind of owe crow on Darius Slayton. But then you really have to owe crow on Joe Shane if he got this done.
I can't see it. Joe Shane is not this.
But it would be funny though, because then you would have to. Because I mean, you talking a lot of shit about Joe right now.
Cheap motherfucker.
You saying
every time he get in front of a mic, all Joe Shane do is cry about money.
My man shops on every day.
All he do is cry about money. I got a restructuring contract so I can sign a practice squad player. Woe is me. The salary cap is so bad.
Man, I just want to see this happen. You have to eat crow if he
Odell wants to be a Giant. Okay, he wants to be a Giant. I'm not gonna lie to y'all and say that Odell don't want to be a Giant. Odell wants to be a Giant. He hangs out with Saquon and Shepard all the damn time. He even showed up.
I saw them birthday clips at Shepard.
Yeah.
What do you think about Shepard's girl?
I wasn't paying no attention.
What you mean you wasn't paying attention? She was sitting on his leg.
I wouldn't.
You telling me that's I must got fucking problems because that's the first thing I saw.
My mind wasn't there. My mind was like, stop.
I must got problems, Chris.
No, my mind, because you gotta understand the way my mind works at that moment. My mind worked at that moment like Odell, Saquon, leave me the fuck alone. Stop doing this to me. Keep that behind closed doors.
I'm sitting there looking at women. You sitting there talking about hey, OBJ and shit.
Yeah, because you know why? because it's not fair to fans. This public flirting that Saquon, Shepard, and OBJ been
Oh,
doing.
they do. Yeah, they doing it. Yeah, they.
It's
Yeah,
not fair.
I know they doing it.
It's not fair unless he's coming to the Giants. That's not fair. They shouldn't be teasing us like that. Unless Odell plans on coming to the Giants, they need to stop doing that shit. They gotta stop. And that's what I'm saying. I know Odell wants to be a Giant, but Joe Shane not budging. Joe, that's the thing. Y'all gotta understand. Odell wants a multi-year contract. Shane ain't gonna give it to him.
I think that's possible.
How, Pizzle? Make it make sense.
Well, I mean, they have to get. I don't see how. I don't. Well, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you how it makes sense, or how I'm processing it. So, if Joe Shane is being smart about this and he's thinking about the long term deal, right? So let's just even thinking about next year. It's obvious that this regime doesn't really like Kenny Golladay. They didn't really play him when he was playing. Then when he's now they haven't really talked about him. He's not been like a focal point when he comes back. I mean, how much playing time is he going? I mean, we'll see. Like, right? I mean, who knows? I mean, he was already bitching about playing time before the Cowboy game, and then he goes out there and he doesn't catch. And so to me, I don't think Kenny Golladay is their guy.
He's not.
So okay, so these guys don't seem like the kind of guys that would go out and draft a receiver to be the number one. You don't want your rookie receiver being the number one receiver. It's just not. I mean, it's just not a smart thing to do. You kind of want to have.
That's if he doesn't take a quarterback with that first pick.
Okay, whatever. Like I don't need devil fist.
All right. My bad.
Anyways, so the point being is, surely to goodness, Dable and Joe Shane want to have a veteran guy to actually come in and be a number one receiver, a legitimate guy. And guess what? As crazy as it sounds, in 2023, OBJ could be a number one receiver for the Giants.
He'll be the number one this year for whatever.
What I'm saying is that's how I'm making it make sense, Fist, is that you say, okay, look, Kenny Golladay clearly can't be our number one going. Because remember, I told you, one of the reasons why they didn't make the Jerry Jeudy trade, or they didn't make the trades, because they didn't feel like that so-and-so, whoever, could be a number one receiver beyond 2022. Yeah, they could have been a number one receiver right now, but we're in 2023, are they going to be the number one receiver? Because that's, to me, is what's important here too, is who can be your number one beyond this year.
All those players, Pizzle, and that's why I get frustrated. Y'all act like Jeudy and these dudes aren't in like their third year. They're rookie. They're all on rookie contracts.
I'm not saying they're no, I get that. But what I'm getting at, Fizz, is we need a legitimate number one receiver.
How do you know Jeudy wasn't gonna be that with Danny though?
Well, we don't know that, but I guess what? Maybe they didn't like him. And maybe
they don't like a lot of people.
Maybe the plan is OBJ, Fist.
I'm tired of them not liking people.
But maybe the plan is
OBJ to not like people. Who the hell are they? We don't like Tony. We're gonna trade him to Kansas City. We don't like Golladay. We're gonna bench him because we don't like him. Who are y'all to not like people?
Listen, OBJ was in the facility. And then they gonna come out and say, Joe Shane gonna come out and say, "Oh, I didn't even know he was in the facility." Bullshit! You didn't know he was in the facility.
Yeah, but Joe Shane, if Joe Shane wasn't such a cheapskate, Pizzle, I'd have faith. This guy is cheap. This isn't Dave Gettleman.
What I'm telling you is, Fizz, is there if OBJ signs with the Giants, it is going to be a multi-year deal, and it's going to be with the intention of him being a number one receiver.
No, of course it will.
And they will draft. They will draft a receiver potentially to be a number one to eventually replace OBJ in the future.
Yeah, but what I'm saying
that is how I'm seeing.
If we bring on OBJ, you're 1,000% right. That will be the plan for OBJ. I agree with you. But you got to understand, our GM isn't aggressive. Like, he's not Dave Gettleman. Dave Gettleman went out and got.
You asked me to make it make sense. I'm making it make sense.
Oh, no. You made it make perfect sense. You did. But what I'm saying is, Dave Gettleman went out and got Leonard Williams. And this is what kills you with Giants fans.
Which is another, yeah. I'm sorry.
We can't give away future, right? We can't give away future capital. We can't give away future draft picks. Name a player better than name a third round pick. Name somebody in the third round we could have got better than Leonard Williams that year.
Oh no, that's a great, and not only that, Leonard Williams is killing it this year.
Yeah, but I'm just talking about 3 years ago when we got Leonard Williams.
Them geeks, they're so damn stupid, man. Fist, I saw that shit too, where it's like, yeah, Joe Shane ain't gonna do a Dave Gettleman and I'm like, man, fucking stop. I didn't even want to trade from these receivers, but if the dude was good enough, I think Joe would have made the move if he felt good about it. If he didn't feel good about it, fine. It don't mean that he cares about draft capital and all this bullshit either. The reality is there might be a plan actually in place for OBJ. There actually might be a thing, Fist. And if it is, he wasn't thinking about the draft. He wasn't thinking about Jerry Jeudy. He was thinking about OBJ the whole damn time. Because how the hell was OBJ in the facility weeks ago and he didn't know he was in there? How? You the the manager of everything. A general manager, Fist, don't just pick players. He manages all the other shit.
Okay, let me explain to you what I'm saying, Pistol. I'm gonna make this crystal clear to you and everybody in the chat.
I know what you.
The most logical thing is OBJ to the Giants. Let's not. We're not dumb. I'm not trying to lie to y'all. I know. I'm not gonna piss on you and tell you it's raining. The most logical move is OBJ to the Giants. It feels like that's what's supposed to happen. But the problem is Joe Shane has not displayed any ounce of faith.
You're going to be eating some crow fists.
That make me believe he'll actually do it.
I think you're going to
Y'all not understanding. Like, OBJ flirting with Saquon and Shepard every week.
What kind of crow do you want to eat?
The freaking Joe Shane with the ultimate distraction at the trade deadline press conference talking about OBJ. It makes sense. OBJ to the Giants makes the most sense out of everything going on with OBJ. Him coming to the Giants makes the most sense. What y'all not understanding is the problem with that equation is Joe Shane has done nothing to display aggressiveness.
Okay, Fist, but hold on. So he didn't trade for the receiver. Okay, got it. We got all that. But what if?
No, it's bigger than that. He traded away our number one receiver in Tony.
Man, let that shit go. Man, look, Fist, how do you know? What if he traded Tony? He didn't trade for whoever, and then he signs OBJ. And so now you get OBJ and you get a third round pick. What if that is the plan?
Give a fuck about a third round pick.
No, what I'm saying is, what if that happens, Fist? What if you got
that happens and guess what? You know what that means, Pizzle? You know what that means if that happens? That means Joe Shane's got some balls.
Okay, and that means you're gonna be eating your balls and
he's got some heart. He'll show me that he's not a loser. Because right now I think he's a loser. So if he brings in OBJ,
what you want your crow with? I'm gonna cook something up with. What you want with it?
I mean, cook the crow up. I don't think it's going to happen.
You want some potato salad with it?
I think that boy going to be in Dallas. So go ahead, cook the crow up.
I don't think he's going to be in Dallas. I think Dallas.
He has no choice because Shane not going to give him the money that Jerry will.
Which, by the way, if you're OBJ, of course you're going to flirt with Dallas. You're going to drive your number up.
Yeah, and guess what? Jerry will actually pay the number. Shane
OBJ might know that Jerry's stupid enough to drive his number up.
Joe Shane can't wait to get in front of the camera and say, we couldn't afford him. Sorry, guys. That's his favorite thing to say, bro.
I know. I think it's funny because I think it's a little bit like a politician.
He is. Bro, that was the ultimate politician move. Joe Shane literally did nothing at the deadline. He traded away our number one receiver and did nothing to replace him. And then instead of answering questions about that, he changed the whole narrative to Odell Beckham. Yeah, bro, Odell Beckham came to our facility 2 months ago. Shane didn't say a fucking word.
And he also said that he didn't see OBJ in the facility.
He waits all the way to the trade deadline, weeks later, to bring up Odell because he knew he wasn't going to make a move at the deadline. Oh, yeah, I'm going to try and re-sign Saquon Barkley. I'm going to talk to Julian Love and Daniel Jones. Did anybody get a contract extension on a fucking bye week, Giants fans? He's a liar. He's a politician. All Joe Shane did was spin control. So
I don't even know if I want OBJ, but like if it happens, I kind of want it to happen now. You need to. You're gonna have to eat crow for this, Fist.
Y'all gotta hold Shane accountable. Shane
He
quit on the
hasn't done it.
season at the
Okay,
deadline
again,
and sold
Fist.
y'all hope. Y'all said I be selling false hope. That dude Joe Shane went up there with a straight face and said, "I'm gonna try and resign Saquon and I'm gonna bring in Odell Beckham to get y'all talking about that bullshit." While he secretly behind closed doors is trying to figure out what quarterback he gonna draft and what team he gonna sign and trade Saquon to. That's what he thinking about.
Listen, oh my God, Fist. I gotta explain. It's not that I don't. I'm gonna be honest with you. OBJ scares me. He scares me. He does. Because I let my feelings get involved with that man. And he already burned me once.
He didn't burn you. Gettleman burned you.
No, he burned me, Fist.
How he burned you?
He was talking shit on ESPN. He went to the boat. He did he was the organizer of the boat trip. Fist, I bought some OBJ dress socks one time. I thought I was cool as hell. You know how you get some, you know how you get dressed up and you go to weddings and shit and you get some, you can buy those dress socks.
You was doing a bit much.
I was doing it too much. That's what I'm saying. Because I was buying his dress socks. I even bought a fucking OBJ t-shirt. It wasn't even Giants affiliated. It was just OBJ. I went all in with him. I dropped to one knee, Fisk. You're right. I was doing too much.
Doing too much.
And that's why I'm scared of him, because I don't want him to hurt me again.
Pizzle.
I don't want to be hurt again with OBJ. He signed, because he going to sign, because see, like the Landon Collins thing, when they signed him, like I was like, what? Like, well, I didn't see this coming. And this is the OBJ. Like this one I kind of see coming. You know, you never thought it would happen, but now I'm seeing it happening, and I'm just scared. I'm a little nervous. But it really makes sense, Fisk. It really
this is the best spot for OBJ. The
it
Giants
really makes
the best
sense.
spot for him.
Cowboy thing don't even make sense.
It makes no sense for him to go to the Cowboys, but
it makes no sense.
Joe Shane is not. I don't think he got the balls. Joe Shane, they got the balls to bring OBJ in. It don't sound like a Joe Shane move. Joe Shane focus on 2025, bro. The quicker y'all accept that, the better y'all be.
And the Bills, now we talked about it, it don't make sense either, because I don't see them giving him a multi-year deal. I don't think the Packers are going to do it at this point. I mean, the Packers never get free agents.
Odell Beckham.
It really seems like the Cowboys or Giants.
It's the Cowboys and the Giants.
That's why I think the Cowboys are involved, because OBJ needs a dancing partner to drive up his number.
He's trying to get Joe Shane.
Because if the Giants were the only team interested, then that would put Joe Shane in the driver's seat. But if the Cowboys are interested, it causes Joe Shane to actually be what you would call a man.
And I don't think he's got it in him. I don't think he got no hair on his chest. He ain't got no bass in his voice. I think he's incapable of letting his nuts hang and bringing Odell home. Joe Shane cannot wait to come in front of that mic and say, sorry, I couldn't afford him. He can't wait. He's loving the fact that Jerry Jones is doing this, because it takes the pressure off.
You know what? You had said something this last week. You had talked about how Joe Shane wanted to move on from like Gettleman guys.
Yep.
Right? Well, wouldn't that be a move on from Gettleman move by bringing OBJ back?
It would, but that will require him to have heart. You're talking about Joe Shane like he wants to win. He don't want to win, bro. I can't entertain these conversations. This is why I said I didn't want to speak on the OBJ situation, because I don't feel like shitting on Joe Shane. I'm ready to move on with my life.
I don't see. I'm ready to talk about the OBJ going to the Chiefs. That ain't happening.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just like, I'm so over this Joe Shane stuff, bro. We have a conservative build for the future general manager. Like, we're not gonna make any splash plays. It's not in them. It's not.
You're gonna have
OBJ to the Giants.
Pro for this. When do you think? Okay, let me ask you this: when do you think OBJ would sign? You think maybe next week?
I don't fucking know.
Even Cowboys or Giants?
I have no clue. They can sign him
tomorrow if they want to. Won't he be cleared Friday?
Yeah, I mean, but who knows, bro? It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like it just doesn't matter, bro.
You said it's a done deal. He's a Cowboy.
I don't think it's a done deal. He's a Cowboy. I just know he's not gonna be a Giant. And he's not coming to the Giant. He wants to be a Giant. If you put Odell Beckham on a lie detector test and say, yo, where do you want to be? He's going to say, yo, I want to be a Giant. He's trying his hardest to come back to the Giants, but we have a general manager who is what he is. Simple as that. It is what it is, Giants fans. So stop. Well, actually, because they all know I can't stand Joe Shane, so I don't get a lot of OBJ questions.
Why don't you keep explaining this? I got to run to the restroom real fast, Fist. This has got me all fucking. This whole conversation's got me fucking wetting my pants.
Yeah, I didn't want to talk about it, but shout out to Barth. Barth says we 4-5 the rest of the way. W's over Houston, Detroit, Washington, and Indy. That Detroit game is not a guarantee. I don't like the fact that Giants fans are saying that Detroit game is a guarantee. That's not a guarantee. But we're definitely going to get to 10. We'll definitely get to 10. So we got to play it by ear, man. We're definitely going to get to 10, though. I think the Giants are going to finish 10-7. I've been saying it for 19, 20 weeks now that the Giants are going to finish 10-7. So we're definitely going to get to 10. I just don't think there's no such thing as a guarantee win where you can't score. The Giants don't have the offense for anything to be a guaranteed win. So it's going to be a nail biter. Every week is going to be a nail biter. And I just pray that Daniel Jones, it just has a chance in the fourth quarter. Any game that Daniel Jones has a chance in the fourth quarter on, we can win.
I'm back, Fist.
And Uso said it best. Shout out to Uso. It's not a super chat, but shout out to Uso. He said it best, bro. Unless Odell Beckham takes the bare minimum, he's not coming. It's just how it is.
I don't know about the whole we broke stuff, though.
We're not broke, but our general manager keeps telling us that.
I know, but that's like, but he could. Okay.
Pizzle, let me explain something real quick before you go. This lying ass dude, Joe Shane, would not have been calling for Brandon Cooks and DJ Moore if he didn't have a way to make it work. So Joe Shane wants to make Odell Beckham work. He'll make Odell Beckham work because I know for a fact that Odell Beckham will be cheaper than Brandon Cooks and DJ Moore. So the dude literally called about DJ Moore and Brandon Cooks. So he was prepared to make room for DJ Moore or Brandon Cooks, who will make it more than what Odell Beckham was going to make. So, like, once again, this goes back to Joe Shane being a liar and keep telling y'all that he broke. This goes back to him lying to y'all, and y'all just let him do the shit. But somebody explained to me how he can't afford Odell Beckham Jr., but he was willing to make room for Cooks or DJ Moore because he damn sure called the trade about him. Hold him accountable.
Well, I think it's a possibility, Fist.
No, it's a possibility because Odell wants to be here, but I don't think Joe Shane gives a damn. As simple as that.
Like if he was going to be a Cowboy, he would already be a Cowboy.
Agreed. I actually agree on that. But Jerry Jones is cheap as damn self, though. That's the let's act like Jerry Jones ain't cheap either. Jerry Jones, he cheap too. So Odell is like battle of the cheap franchises. Shout out to Will the Champ. He didn't ask a question with the super chat. But shout out to Will the Champ. Thanks for showing me and Pizzle some love, supporting the channel. Mm-hmm. Appreciate that. Shout out to Isaiah Gordon. It's still crazy how y'all wanted Judy over DJ Moore.
I didn't think DJ Moore was even possible.
I honestly just thought DJ Moore cost too much.
I didn't think it wasn't about wanting him over that. I thought Jerry Judy was actually realistic.
Yeah, exactly. I thought Jerry Judy made more sense because of the contracts and how poor our general manager is. So I thought Judy made more sense. And we're not getting a receiver in the second round better than Jerry Judy. Jerry Judy gets separation. Jerry Judy is a route tech.
I mean, the crazy thing is I'm in a fantasy league with Fisk, and I got both Claypool and Jerry Judy on my roster, and they was both on the damn fucking trade block.
Yeah, exactly. I only kept DJ Moore on my team because I thought he was gonna get traded. I thought the Packers or somebody was gonna get DJ Moore, but that didn't happen. And like, I just can't see Odell. Like, here's the problem. Okay. Joe Shane doesn't exist. I Thanos snapped Joe Shane out of the equation because it's the only way I can give you a positive Odell take. Our GM is Johnny two times. Okay, so our new GM is Johnny two times for the sake of this Odell Beckham take.
Okay.
I think he's a giant. If it gun to my head, I think he's a giant. I don't think he goes to the Cowboys because he knows Saquon and Shepard and everybody. They're competing with the Cowboys hard right now. I don't think Odell would shit on his friends and go and play for a division rival in the middle of a division race like that. I just don't think Odell would do that to his friends. So I think he's personally using the Cowboys as leverage to get Joe Shane to budge off his number.
And that's what I said.
But the problem is, all things considered, he'll probably end up in a Buffalo or San Francisco or something like that, just off the simple fact that Odell might find it disrespectful that Joe Shane isn't willing to work with him. We also got to take into consideration that Odell dissed the Rams because the Rams dissed him. Odell didn't like the fact that the Rams wasn't trying to give him no money, and he took it personal, and now the Rams aren't even an option for him. So there is this distinct possibility that Johnny two times isn't willing to be flexible with the bag, and Odell feels disrespected and goes elsewhere. But as long as Johnny two times is willing to be flexible with Odell, I think he's a giant. All he got to do is be flexible with Odell, and he's a giant. I think that's where Odell wants to be. It's the only place Odell could come and be the bona fide number one to revive his career. It just makes the most sense.
I think some of the stuff that's going on is he's basically telling the public what he's going to do. For example, he kind of bitched about the Rams offer, and the reality is he doesn't probably want to go back there. And then the Buffalo thing, he's basically saying, look, I get it that Buffalo's special. They're great, but I want a long-term deal. They probably aren't interested in giving him that. And when I say long-term, I mean like at least 3-4 years.
He said he wants the Gallup deal. That was his exact quote. When he shitted on the Rams, he says, I wanted a Michael Gallup contract. Those was his exact words, Pizzle. He wanted a Michael Gallup contract because Michael Gallup tore his ACL and got a bag, and Odell Beckham feels he's better than Gallup, which he is.
Well,
in fairness, he wants the same bag.
In fairness to OBJ, during the Super Bowl, he looked like he was on pace to be in the Super Bowl MVP.
He was going to be Super Bowl MVP.
I mean, it seemed like he was on pace to make that happen. Some people may disagree. They may say Cooper Kupp was going to be it anyways. But, I mean, the way he was playing, he looked like he was going to make a big impact on that game. So, if you're looking at the very last thing OBJ did while playing, that was it. So to me, man, like I said, and we've talked a lot about this. We've already, spoken a lot about this OBJ thing. I think when you look at all the teams in the league and everybody's what situation is what, there's no situation that's more ideal or perfect than this, than OBJ. Nope. I mean, the Giants need a receiver. And I think a lot, I'm going to tell you this. I think I think Kenny Galladay's performance this weekend is going to dictate some of the OBJ thing.
But I'm
telling you, if Kenny goes out there and just completely balls out, then they may get the idea of like, man, what if we paired OBJ with him? Or if Kenny Galladay goes out there and is another dud, then they're going to say we got no choice but to go out there and try to get a playmaker.
Bro, he had the whole deadline to do that. He didn't do it.
Well, again, I think that they had this worked out.
He traded his number one. He traded our most talented receiver and did nothing at the deadline. Came in front of a podium and said, "I'm poor." I don't put nothing past this dude.
I don't think that they like. I don't need to talk to Devil Fisk anymore.
Well, can we? If we could change the topic, you don't got to hear
No,
about.
I think I've said. No, I think I've said what my piece on OBJ,
and I've said my piece. I've said my piece.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, I told you that I was like, bro, I can't be positive around anything that involves Joe Shane. That's just that's my breaking point with the team. He's just on my shit list, and he got to step his fucking game up. I'm more mad at him than Darius Slayton. Darius Slayton was my most hated Giant until Joe Shane started doing first. Like Joe Shane has replaced Darius Slayton as my most hated Giant.
Well, that's a start. That's a start. At least we're on a good starting point with Darius Slayton now.
You know, so like Daniel Jones at the moment. I gave RJ, I gave you your wrench. By the way, RJ, I gave you your wrench. But here's the deal, right? At this moment, Daniel Jones, in my humble opinion, is the MVP. By definition of the word, he's the MVP. Okay. Josh Allen's probably gonna miss some time. Do you think there's any way Daniel Jones can cut into Jalen Hurts' MVP lead right now?
No. I mean, you know, the problem is the MVP is sometimes it gets a little geeky. You know, it gets a little geeky, and the Eagles, you know, I don't even think I think he stepped up his game this year, Fizz, but I really feel like it's more to do with who he's playing with. You know, I don't know. I think AJ Brown has made a huge impact to that dude, and he stepped up his game because of it.
Agreed.
And Devontae Smith, you know, he is what he is, and he's just benefiting from this. And I it's so funny because I think if you remember that everyone was kind of saying that the Giants were a fraudulent 5-1 team or whatever we were. Like they kept saying we were fraudulent numerous times. And then, of course, when we lost the Seahawks, they were like, yeah, we told you there. That's what they were, blah, blah, blah. I think the Eagles are a fraudulent 8-0 team.
Truthfully. Agreed.
I think they're fraudulent.
RJ, exit out the stream and come back in, and you should have your wrench.
Damn, RJ want that wrench bad, don't he?
Yeah,
I think they are a fraudulent 8-0 team. And I think that team is eventually going to get exposed by somebody. And I don't know, man. I feel like they're like a not a sneaky NFC team. Like they're still going to do good because obviously their schedule is what it is. We've got the same schedule. I'm not saying anything bad about it, but you know, they're taking advantage of it. But I mean, as long as they're still winning, I think Hurts is going to continue to move up in there. And you know what? Good for LB. LB said it was Hurt seasons. He backed his quarterback. Good for him. You know, good for him.
Yeah, I better be happy. I'm in a good mood. I just gave out some wrenches. I better be happy. I'm in a good mood. But look, if Odell in this fantasy world, let's play fantasy football for a second. If by some miracle Odell comes to the Giants, I think Daniel Jones wins the MVP.
I don't see anybody giving him an MVP award.
Because if Odell comes to the Giants within the next couple weeks, then at that point, you understand if Odell comes to the Giants within the next couple weeks, that means Daniel Jones gets the whole month of December. There's 2 Eagle games and a Vikings game. with a real weapon to really make some noise. If Daniel Jones finishes like 13-4 and he gets a convincing win over Minnesota and the Eagles because Odell Beckham comes to the team or some shit like that, then yeah, I think he can make some MVP run because it's hard for Mahomes to win it because he's won it already, and it's hard for Josh Allen to win it because he's about to miss games. And if Daniel Jones outplays Jalen Hurts twice, and because we basically play, we're playing for the season, and then we're gonna play in December. So he's got 2 big Jalen Hurts games. He could beat out Jalen Hurts for that MVP. He could definitely beat Jalen Hurts out.
I mean, unfortunately, Jalen's just doing his thing this year. Like he's doing his thing, he's doing good, and
because I think they're gonna lose to the Cowboys in Dallas. So that's one loss.
Well, I definitely think they're going to. They're not going to go undefeated. I know that.
If Daniel Jones, if Odell Beckham comes to the Giants, we'll beat them once. Without Odell Beckham, we'll probably get swept because we can't score.
Here comes
But
Devil
if
Fist
Odell
again.
did come to the Giants, we're
I
definitely
was
getting
done
the
with
game.
OBJ.
Huh?
I thought you was done talking about OBJ.
I am. I'm just saying in general. I'm giving y'all my MVP case. The only way he can win MVP is if Odell came to the Giants because that's the only way he's going to be able to put up the points and make the plays he needs to get the votes.
You know, honestly, I'm going to say this. I don't not to say that it's a bet suggestion, but I think the Commanders could give Eagles a little bit of trouble this Monday night.
Really?
I mean, they've been playing better.
Taylor Heineke versus that defense.
I think some smells fishy about that game.
Yeah. The Commanders, they smell fishy. That's what you smelling.
Okay. They smell like Captain D's, don't they? Smell like fish.
Like, come on, man. Like that the owner about to get exposed tomorrow. They got some big news press conference.
Is that coming out tomorrow?
Huh?
Is that coming out tomorrow?
Yeah, allegedly it's supposed to be coming out tomorrow. They got some dirt on Snyder that's supposed to like bury him 26 feet deep tomorrow.
Really?
Allegedly. And then, I don't know. I just think Washington's a mess, bro. Between Snyder trying to sell the team and all this other crap going on
He's
with
not
them.
trying to sell it though, is he? He's just
he's selling it. He's asking for $7 billion.
He's gonna ask for an outrageous number.
No, Jeff Bezos is buying, bro.
Yeah, no. I've heard Bezos and Jay-Z were talking about it.
Yeah, which is basically just these
$7 billion that you got. $7 billion is a ridiculously high number
for most people. Yeah, but when you own Amazon, that's chump change.
No, I know that, but what I'm saying is like I don't think they're worth $7 billion.
Yeah, they are.
You think what? You think the Commanders
Absolutely
are? With that shit ass stadium?
No, because the city of Washington has already agreed to negotiate with the new owner on a new stadium. That's one of the reasons Snyder's selling the team because the city wants him out. So the city has already said that whoever buys the team, they will give that owner a stadium. They won't give Snyder a stadium, but they'll give the next owner a stadium. At least that's what Schefter and them report.
No. And again, I understand that an NFL team wants that, but I would think that out of all the teams in the league, the cheapest to buy, in my opinion, would be the Commanders. I would think.
Nah, all right. Here's the thing.
Like, who do you think would be the cheapest team to buy?
The cheapest. There's no such thing as a cheap NFL team.
No, I'm just saying. But if you had to put, if you played that game,
this is as cheap as it's gonna. Like this is cheap because here's the thing. After Washington goes for $7 billion, the next team is gonna go for close to 10.
No,
all right. Here's the thing.
I understand that. I get.
Let's break it down. I'm gonna break it down to you like this. All right, Pizzle, check this out. The Phoenix Suns are about to sell for $4.5 billion.
Mm-hmm.
So if the Phoenix Suns are gonna sell for $4.5 billion, now do you think $7 billion for an NFL franchise in the nation's capital? Do you think that's cheap now?
I mean, I guess.
If you put it in context.
I just don't think like I don't know.
I don't think that's a lot of money. I don't think $7 billion for an NFL team is a lot of money. Because you print money.
Where Jay-Z getting his money at?
He's just gonna be on. He's just there. Jay-Z is there for
how much he gonna own?
He probably gonna own a small percentage. He's just there for
What's he there for?
You want the truth or the right answer?
Give me the truth. Where Jay-Z getting his money at? He sold that many records.
No, he didn't. But the truth is Jay-Z is there because I don't know how to say this.
Is this a brother thing?
Yeah, he's there because he's black. He's there because he's black. Jeff Bezos.
Damn, I wasn't even thinking like that, Fizz.
He's there because he's black, bro. Let's call a spade a spade. They want to get some minority blood in the ownerships. They want, and here's the thing. He's the only black guy that makes sense for the NFL because he's already the head of their like he picks the people who perform at the Super Bowl. Like he's in charge of the entertainment side.
I know.
Yeah, so he's already in business with the NFL. So the NFL already trusts Jay-Z. They've been doing business with Jay-Z for what, 5 or 6 years now? So if Jay-Z wants to partner with Bezos, that's a safe play. You know what I'm saying? That's a safe play.
I get it. And you're right. Now that I think about it, they may it could be a PR move.
Yeah, that's a PR move. Here's the thing, it makes sense.
I mean, I get it. I get it. I understand that. But then it's like, if Bezos involved, then how much say does Jay-Z really get to have in it?
It's not even about that. It's kind of like this, right? What you call it? What's his Dwayne Wade is a part owner of the Utah Jazz. How much say you think Dwayne Wade got?
But let me ask you this, Fizz. Let me ask you this from a black guy standpoint. If you know that, would you call Jay-Z like just a token black guy in this situation? Like, would you call him like
no?
What would you call? What would you? So you would just say it's a politically correct?
No, no. Here's the thing. You gotta understand.
No, I'm saying, like, how would that make? How does that make?
No, I'm gonna explain it to you.
Okay.
Jay-Z is powerful in the black community.
Sure.
Jay-Z gets things done. I asked Mikhail Prokhorov. You know why Mikhail Prokhorov let Jay-Z be own a percentage of the Nets, Pistol? You know why he let Jay-Z own a percentage of the Nets?
Where Brooklyn at?
Exactly. He wanted that new stadium in Brooklyn.
Arena.
That new arena in Brooklyn. He only gets that because of Jay-Z.
Sure.
Jay-Z is the ultimate face of your franchise. Bezos buys the Washington Commanders. Jay-Z makes it cool. Jay-Z's the ultimate. You are in Washington. You are in Chocolate City. Nothing but black folks there. Jay-Z is the ultimate reset button on the perception of your franchise. You give the Washington Commanders to Jay-Z, now you're cool. Now you're hip. Now every black guy, including myself, who don't even like Washington, is going to show support and root for the team because it's Jay-Z.
Mm-hmm.
He's the ultimate image cleanse for the Washington Commanders. Because if it's just Jeff Bezos, nobody cares. But when you put Jay-Z in front of Washington, black owner, first black owner, even if it's a minority stake, a first prevalent black owner.
Yeah, but do you think like it would make a black guy who's not a fan of any team? You think then it would make him feel like I want to be a fan of that team because Jay-Z.
Absolutely. This
if you think it's got that impact, that's why I asked the question. Because
that's why you bring Jay-Z in. Absolutely. That's why you bring Jay-Z in, because he gives you have the most hated owner in all of sports. Snyder is a crumb. We can agree on that, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So you've got the most despised owner. Like, Washington fans don't even show up to the games at this point. So you're going to go from one of the most hated owners on the planet to one of the most beloved people in our community, in Jay-Z.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then you got Beyonce as his wife. It just does a lot for that franchise, and it makes the most sense for Washington because that's Chocolate City. It's a lot of, but it's black. It's a black dominated area right there. Maryland, DC. It's a lot of black folks there. That's gonna rejuvenate. That rejuvenates that franchise. It does a lot of good things. Jay-Z is only worth $1 billion. We know he ain't rich enough to buy the team, but we know that. But if it's just Jeff Bezos, who cares?
Yeah, I will say this from a Giants fan perspective. It's kind of exciting to see what a new what they could do with them. But then at the same time, it's like I don't ever want the Commanders to get their shit together either.
No, but it's not. But here's the thing, though. It's not Snyder's fault that they're garbage. Because Snyder spends money. Snyder doesn't boss the GM around. He lets the GM and coach do. Snyder's not a bad owner. Like Snyder's a bad person. He's not a bad owner, if that makes sense. He's a bad person.
I definitely think he cares about it.
Yes, it's not like he wasn't being cheap. He wasn't he wasn't being a bad owner as far as impeding in operations. He wasn't doing that. He was more of a bad owner just because he's a bad person. The racist things towards Native Americans, the way he treats females and things like that. He's a bad person. He wasn't a bad owner. A lot of people would kill to have an owner like Snyder who spends money, who goes against the biggest head coaches on the market. Ron Rivera was the biggest head coaching guy on the market when he went and signed him. So a lot of people would kill to have a Snyder as far as the owner of the team goes, not the person, but as far as his actions, as far as spending money to get the coaches, spending money to get the players. A Giant fan are cheap asses. I would love to have a guy like Snyder who goes for it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He's just a crumb of a person. That's the problem. He's just a crumb of a person. I don't think he was a bad owner, which is why I think, to answer your question, Pizzle, I don't think it affects Washington that much. I mean, they still got Ron Rivera as their head coach, and they still got Taylor Heineke as a quarterback. I mean, I don't think that changes immediately, at least.
Okay. Well, I definitely think I would think that if a new owner comes in, they're going to want their own.
Agreed. I think they're going to clean house
on things.
Yeah, I think they clean house. I agree with that. I definitely think they clean house. I agree with that.
I kind of miss their old uniforms. I don't really care for some of their new stuff. I like their helmets. I don't mind the helmets, but it's like some of the uniforms. They don't do nothing. They don't do nothing for me. And I'm a uniform guy, Fizz.
Yeah,
I'm a guy. There's certain uniforms I really like.
Yo, why are we not at 100 likes yet?
You know why? Because we got. I think
we had over 100.
We got more haters in here than we got supporters.
Yo, we need hit that like button, yo. Y'all bugging. Hit that like button. Shout out to Donnie. Who y'all want our quarterback to be next year? DJ is gone.
I don't need to hear Devil Fist again.
No. We'll see, bro. No, listen. All right, let me explain something to y'all. Full disclosure: Daniel Jones is not going anywhere over John Mara's dead body. If it was up to Joe Shane, Daniel Jones would be out the door. But John Mara's not letting Daniel Jones walk out the door, bro. So as much as Joe Shane wants to rebuild, as much as Joe Shane is trying to sabotage Daniel Jones at the moment, John Mara's not letting Danny walk out the door. He's just not. No. Especially if we go to the playoffs. Yeah, right. Yo, John Mara was begging for Daniel Jones' mercy in the press conferences last year. We've done everything to mess him up. This kid is like, come on, bro. Like, Mara loves Danny. Like, no. If y'all really think that Joe Shane is getting rid of Daniel Jones, stop. He might want to. He's gonna make a case to get rid of Daniel Jones, but John Mara's not letting him get rid of Daniel Jones. Just let's call a spade a spade. Am I lying, Pizzle?
I don't think he is, because I think he thinks that he's Eli Manning reincarnated.
Ding, 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 ding. That's why they drafted him in the first place. He sounds just like damn Eli Manning. That's why I hate his press conferences. Can't stand when Daniel Jones talks. Sound just like Eli. I'm like, the fuck? Shout out to Willie the Champ. Fisk, I needed your rant on Joe Cheap. Thank you, bro. That's what I'm here for, baby. That's what I'm here for, man. Somebody got to give it to you.
You and Willie the Champ might have to be eating crow with Joe Signs OBJ.
I'll eat it and lick my fingers when I'm done. Because if he signs OBJ, we win in the Super Bowl. I'm dead ass serious. That's the only thing we missing is a number one receiver. We going straight to the fucking Super Bowl. I'm not saying let me rephrase that. We'll get to the Super Bowl. I don't know if we beating Mahomes or Josh Allen, but we damn sure going to the Super Bowl if we get Odell. Because Pizzle, the NFC, like,
dude, I think the NFC is wide open. I mean, like I think there's sneaky teams like the Seahawks. I don't even know if Vikings would be considered sneaky, but I think some people think the 49ers, but I mean, Jimmy G's been known to fuck up.
The NFC
it's wide open.
Bro, it's the East. The NFC is the NFC East. It's the East. The best three teams in the NFC are in the East.
We're going to be the only division because I don't think the West can do it. I think this is the only division that can legitimately put 3 teams in the playoffs.
No, we're all 3. Pizzle, we're locked in. With Giants are 6-2.
Yeah, but I'm saying like the West looks like you could maybe make the case for like Seahawks, 49ers, and Rams. But I don't think all 3 of them are going to make it.
Yeah, but that's what I'm trying to tell you. The Cowboys and Giants are locked into their playoff spots. So the only thing,
we got to do a little bit more work. We got to win.
Bro.
We need to be beating the Tech. We need to beat the Texans and Lions.
We can literally
we're gonna get it.
We can literally go 8-7. Oh no, we can go 8-9 and we're still in the playoffs, bro. We could literally beat. Hold on, check this out, right? The Giants can literally go 9 and yeah. We're not okay. Let's call all right. Let's the worst case scenario, right? The worst case scenario. We beat Washington, Indy, and the Texans. That's 9 wins. That's more than enough to make the playoffs in the NFC.
Okay.
Are we sure the 49ers is getting a 9? Then aren't the Rams like 3-5 or 3-6 right now?
The Rams got to do some big time work.
I mean, let's keep it real here.
Matthew Stafford apparently not 100%.
Yeah, so I mean, let's call a spade a spade. The whole North is dead. Outside of Minnesota, the North is dead. Pour one out for Aaron Rodgers. He's done. The NFC South, bro, 7-10 might win that fucking division.
I know, right? And the Bucks might win the division going like 8-9.
Facts. So the Giants' floor is 9. Like, let's just call it. Like, if the Giants are the worst, if we play horrible in the second half of the year, like if we fall apart completely, we're still beating Washington, Indy, and Houston. That's 9 wins. Nobody else is getting to that outside of Dallas, as far as wild card goes, because Seattle, their 9 wins will win their division, and the South, they're 7 or 8 wins to win their division. As far as the wild card goes, that third wild card spot, Pizzle's gonna be like 7, maybe 8 wins max. The third wild card spot, what are we talking about? The 49ers, the Rams, and that's it.
Yeah.
Maybe Washington, pipe dream Washington, maybe. What did they won, like 2 straight games with Heineke or some shit like that?
I mean,
when you really think about it, right? Like, when you put the context, right? I mean, really, like, what we talking about? I mean, like, when you really sit back and think about it,
I guess to me, it's like I'm just nervous. Like, I just want to make sure they get to double-digit wins.
I mean, we're gonna get there, but I was just saying, like, worst case, like absolute worst case scenario.
Because I'm to be honest, like if the Giants won 10 games this year, which is something a lot of Giant fans, not us, but it's not a lot of Giant fans weren't counting on. If they win 10 games and then still don't make it, it's gonna feel like getting kicked in the nuts.
Yeah, but Pizzle, who the fuck is winning 10
No, I
games?
know. That's what the South is basically fucking dead. The West is the only other division out that you could see making some type of a run. The North is, I mean, the Lions
Dead.
are damn near, yeah, they're damn near dead. Although the Bears, you know,
They're dead.
they're dead. They're giving a valiant effort. They're trying, right? I mean, they're trying.
Yeah, but we're talking about teams that could get to 10.
No, I know. I'm just saying, like
The
there's some
Cowboys
you
and
can see
Giants are the only teams
there's some
getting to
teams that
10
aren't gonna
besides.
like the Lions, for example, they're going away, right? They've left the train. But you can see the Bears, like they're not going away. Like they're trying to stay in the fight. They're trying, and the Rams will try just because they're Super Bowl champs. The Seahawks look like a playoff team.
The Seahawks are going to win that division. They're definitely going to the playoffs.
It
They're going to
really
win that
does
division.
does seem like they are going to win that division. Which, the reality here is the Giant, which I don't, I'm going to tell you this too. I don't think the Eagles get I think the Vikings are more likely to get I know the Eagles beat them, but I feel like the Vikings are more likely to get the number 1 seed than the Eagles are.
I agree with that.
I think it comes down to I think the Vikings getting to play in that sorry ass division. I think
because they're about to play Buffalo's backup quarterback this week, right?
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah. Well, I'm just saying, I feel like the Eagles are going to have to play some tough games against the Cowboys, the Giants twice. Like, there's some
And
games.
that's it. Then they only 3 tough games.
Yeah, but those are still going to be 3 tough games for them. And I don't know how many the Vikings at this point are going to lose. I don't know. Like, they're catching a break this week.
Shout out to Donnie. He said, "Stop saying a spade. It comes to rate." I don't fucking care, bro.
Spade does?
I don't fucking care. I'm not in the mood for history. I had enough history lessons talk about Kyrie. I don't want no more history lessons. Shout out to William.
I thought they didn't like saying spade to spade, like with cards.
Yeah, it might. I don't know. It might have some. I really don't care though. Shout out to William. Remember, supporting big fish is supporting small businesses. If your swagger is -0, Mara will love you. AED is a currency in Dubai.
Is he in fucking Dubai right now?
Yeah,
That's a place I want to go, Fizz. You think
Yeah,
William?
I want to go. I want to go there too.
You
bro.
think William would pick us up?
Think who?
Like William here, he pick us up from the airport.
Oh yeah, William would definitely pick us up from the airport. Probably shows a good time too. William, good people. Yeah, William, good people.
Damn, I'm jealous. William's in fucking Dubai right now.
Yeah, William, good peoples, man. I definitely know William will pick us up from the airport, hold us there. He good peoples.
Okay,
But
I'll write William's name down then.
And back to the playoff thing, by the way, the 49ers are getting that 3rd wild card spot. It's even going to be the 49ers or the Seahawks. One of them 2 teams is getting that 3rd wild card spot. So it'll be the Cowboys and Giants to be 5 and 6. And then seed 7 will be the 49ers or the Seahawks. And that's the playoffs. The winner of the South, the Minnesota, Philly, and whoever wins the West between Seattle and San Fran. And then the Giants and Cowboys are locked into 5 and 6 at this point. So but here's the catch though, right? I kind of want the Giants to be 6 because 6 gets the West. And I think we could beat Seattle with a number 1 receiver. So if Seattle wins the West, they're going to be the 3 seed. And if the Giants have Odell, hypothetically speaking, let's say the Giants get Odell, I think we beat Seattle in the first round. Just being honest with you.
Okay.
49ers.
I mean, I just feel that's still a long way to go. I mean, these teams could change over the next few months. Players, or things could happen.
I was just saying, but hypothetically speaking, though, I think we could beat Seattle because we almost beat Seattle 2 weeks ago. So I mean, I think it's possible. What you got for best this week?
Well, first of all, I lost last week.
Who did you pick last week?
Last week I picked the Cardinals against the Seahawks. And I think I picked them because you were causing me to be brain dead.
Oh my gosh, that was not my fault.
So I'm gonna put that loss on you.
No, wait a minute. No. Weren't the Arizona Cardinals 2-point favorites against Seattle?
Yes.
That was my pick. You picked
Was that not my pick?
No, I picked Arizona. You picked
Did I pick who did I pick?
Was it the Lions? Did you pick the Lions? No. Who the hell did you pick? Chat, who did you pick last week?
Maybe I did pick the Lions.
I think you
No,
did.
I don't think I picked the Lions. I didn't pick the Bears, did I? Who the fuck?
No, you did pick the Bears.
Did I pick the
I think
Bears?
it was the Bears. It was either the Bears or the Lions. Or did you pick the Dolphins?
No, I didn't pick the Dolphins. I know I didn't pick the Dolphins.
Because I know I picked Arizona because I didn't think they would get swept.
You're right. You did. And why did I think that I picked them? Oh, because I agreed with it. Because I was like, yeah, that's a good pick.
That's a good pick. You didn't pick you didn't pick the Colts.
No, I think now that I think about it, I think I might have picked the Lions.
Was it the
Or did I pick
Lions
the
or the
Bucks?
Bears?
No, it was the Bucks. I took the Bucks against the Rams, so I pushed last week. Or no, were they 2.5? What did I say?
Hold on, what the fuck? Did you? Oh my gosh, did you bet on that Brady? I think you did bet on Brady.
Yeah, but I think I picked them at minus. I think I gave it out as -3, and they pushed. I think I went with the Bucks. That's what I went with. I didn't lose. I think I went with the Bucks. I think that's what it was, Fizz.
Wow, damn! The Giants got bet down to 4.5.
I think it was the Bucks. I think if I remember correctly, it was the Bucks. Because
I know who I'm picking this week. I don't even gotta think about it.
Well, I'm not as brain dead as I was this time last week. Let me just say that. So I feel like I've got a clear mind this week, much better clear mind.
Okay.
I'm gonna go. And you know what? This may be hard. This may be a hard pill to swallow, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it because I think I still think it's a. I like the Browns getting 3.5 against the Dolphins.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I just feel like I think the Dolphins team is a really good offensive team, but their defense really don't have a lot of their defense is very suspect. And I really like me some Nick Chubb. And I feel like there's going to be some ball control in that game. The Browns are coming off extra rest. So I like them against the Dolphins. I see the Dolphins winning. If the Dolphins win, I think they win by a field goal. But that's it. Give me the Browns plus 3.5.
I'm taking the most obvious play on the board. I can't believe you didn't pick it yourself. But I'm gonna go ahead and take Aaron Rodgers plus 5.
Okay. I mean, Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. I mean, you know what? I don't hate that pick. You're right.
At home.
You're right.
Versus the Cowboys.
And honestly, it might be like the Packers' last stand too, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, I like that pick. That's a good pick. I like that.
Shout out to William. Immediately. I would love to. See, told you Pizzy will pick us up in the airport.
Okay, that's great. Well, thank you, William. Thank you for being there for us just in case we come out to Dubai, because that's a long ass flight.
I just want some Dubai pussy, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if it's any good or not. I couldn't tell you.
I want to find out. I want to fuck me some Dubai girls in a hot tub on like the 50th floor of some badass hotel. And here's the thing: I want to fuck them in like a cool hot tub, with like trees around me and shit. Like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? I want to do some cool, super fly shit.
Okay. Well, all right.
Yeah.
I mean, it just seems like they're having a good time in Dubai. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know. Every time people go to Dubai, it's like people always make it seem like they're having like the funnest time in Dubai and shit. So
Yeah. Well,
I did thought I look, bro. When it comes to smashing girls, my mind is sharp as a tack.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
60 minutes, of course.
Huh?
60 minutes, of course.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, in Dubai? And then one of them hot tubs with the trees around and all the cool ass decorations and shit. I'ma have me on like a one of them robes and shit with some gold on it and all, man, please. Oh yeah. Pimped out. But yeah, this has been episode 18, Pizzle. Another banger in the books, man.
Appreciate everybody came check us out. Super chats, all that, and the likes. Appreciate that. Man, honestly, this is like we're going into the back nine of this stretch now. There's gonna be, I think the content every Wednesdays here is only gonna get better and better because we're gonna be playing in some really important games. Obviously, got to get through these couple, but then we're gonna be in a lot of NFC East games, and there's gonna be a lot of content to be made about that. So appreciate everybody, and yeah, it's been a good episode.
All right, y'all be safe. We will see y'all next Wednesday, 8 o'clock.